Hi, this is Hillary on the ArcGIS Enterprise team. This video will cover 5 new enhancements that will be included in ArcGIS Enterprise 10.7. 10.7 is a really exciting release that brings in both brand new features and updates to existing functionality. From relationship smart mapping styles to enhancements in 3D mapping to data domains, there are a lot of improvements we hope you will be able to incorporate into your workflows. For more information on what's coming, please visit the help documentation as well as upcoming blogs on many new features such as ArcGIS Notebook Server, webhooks, improvements to service scalability, and much, much more. Let's start with relationship styles. Have you ever wanted to compare the relationship between 2 attributes without querying or running analysis? This new style allows you to do that quickly and easily. For example, if I were an energy analyst, I could look at a data set of commercial properties and use this relationship style to really quickly compare the energy use of a property to the size of the building or the year it was constructed. I can toggle between attributes to gain a quick understanding of my data without having to do any heavy lifting. Here's an example of how a map like this can be created. Let's take this data set of properties in Chicago and look to see if there's a relationship between the size of the building and the year it was built. So here I've selected my 2 numerical attributes and that I want to apply the relationship style to this data. You can see how the data is immediately symbolized. I'm going to change the grid size to simplify this visual just a little bit. I'm going to change the legend to reflect the data. So in general, there are a lot of taller buildings downtown, with some newer properties constructed around the Chicago River and older properties lining Grant Park. There are also a lot of larger multifamily housing properties along the lake on the north side. You can use clustering to display these points in a more simplified way, and even use pop-ups to summarize the relationship to your data. "3D capabilities in the Scene Viewer have advanced at 10.7. Use edge rendering to accentuate the outlines of your buildings, or sketch edges for a more artistic look. You can also explore underground using the ground transparency slider to reveal subsurface infrastructure. A new interactive tool called Slice allows you to reveal hidden data, whether that's indoors or underground. So let's look at edge rendering. Here we have a scene of Montreal. This is an out-of-the-box scene that's included with ArcGIS Enterprise. To use edges, I'll select Modify Scene and select the layer style. Under Options, I'll toggle edges on, and immediately my buildings are defined by their edges. I can also choose Sketch to see these lines in a different way. By choosing Color only, I can really get an artistic perspective. Let's take another out-of-the-box scene in Rotterdam. Using the new Slice tool, I can peek into each level of the property, and this is a really great way to see what's inside, whether we're looking at furniture for interior design or an HVAC system for utilities. Coded value domains are now available for hosted feature layers. Using domains, you can choose the values you want to allow for specific fields. An example of this could be if you want editors to only submit true or false values, or certain cities, or certain statuses like open, closed, or in progress. Here's a data set of locations of civic art collections around San Francisco. As we add new collections, I want all editors to specify if the collection is on public display, at a city agency, or at the airport. This will keep our data and data reporting consistent by preventing erroneous values. To create domains, I'll head to the Data tab of my item. Here I have a column for current location. To create my list of values, I'll select Fields and Current Location. Next, I'll select Create List and enter in my public display, city agency, and SFO values for the airport. I can choose what the label will display, as well as what the stored value in the database will be. Now, if I double-click a value on my table, I can see the list of values that can be selected. And if I'm editing this data in the map viewer, or even in applications like Collector for ArcGIS, these values will be the only ones that I can choose for this field. We really hope domains help your data management workflows. Offline map areas allow you to pre-draw specific areas of your map to take them offline. This is particularly helpful for offline field workflows in applications like Collector for ArcGIS or even your custom applications. By creating these map areas, you can specify the areas you want your field staff to access, and the data then becomes really easy for them to download and access. To create an offline map area, make sure that you have enabled all layers for offline use. So this means enabling sync, as well as enabling your map for offline access. Here I have a web map with 2 layers I have configured for offline use. I'll head to the web map item and to the Settings tab. Scrolling down, I'll select Enable Offline Mode and then Manage Areas. Now I have a completely blank slate to create my areas. Now I know staff in the field will be collecting data across major thoroughfares, so I will create 5 offline map areas that cover these main roads. I'll select the Sketch tool and start drawing my areas. After each area, I'll select Save and it will start packaging that area up. Once I'm finished, I can edit the name of each area and select how often I want the web map to refresh with that offline map area. So these map areas are a great way to make field workflows that much easier and faster. Web AppBuilder is a popular way to create GIS applications without having to custom code your apps. With 10.7, there are a number of new and enhanced widgets now available for you to use right out of the box. The time slider widget allows you to see change over time by setting a time span and intervals. So if I wanted to track my bus fleet and see where they have traveled over the last 2 days from 9 to 10 a.m., I could use the time slider widget to animate that. The cost analysis widget is new, and with it you can sketch a design of a project and estimate the cost. The legend widget now includes the ability to display the symbology of base map layers. As well, the new visibility widget determines what is visible from an observer's location based on distance, the height of the observer's location, and the field of view. That wraps up 5 of the new features. There are many more to discover through upcoming blogs and even in our web help. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoy 10.7.